Beautiful people of Berlin and all over the world, it's time for Schöneberg's #1 English language comedy night, broadcasting live on the internet to the four corners of the globe. It's Go West Comedy, online edition.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Go West Comedy online edition number 8. We made it, Simone. We've survived 8 of these so far.
Doing well, I'll tell you what.
It's going incredibly well, and we've done it from everywhere. First of all, I am Ben McLean, and my fabulous co-host is the one and only Simone Hudson. I forgot Simone's name there for a moment. That's good. But what I did want to say is... I'm losing it. I've been with my parents for a few weeks. Forgive me. No, but this is our 8th show, and Simone and I are always moving all around the world, even during these crazy times, to keep the show running. Last time I was in a cabin in the middle of the woods. This time I am at my parents' house. We'll talk about that more in a moment. And Simone has made it back safe and sound from New Zealand. How are you doing, Simone?
I'm back, bitches. I am back in Berlin. It's amazing. People think, why'd you come back? Because there wasn't any COVID in New Zealand. But look, it's just good to be home. I'm just happy. Catch up with my friends soon.
Have you gone through any sort of reverse culture shock coming back home? Or you've been staying at home since you got back?
I've done a little self-quarantine. I'm quarantining from, I don't know. I didn't come with it, but just in case. I came from a non-COVID country, but I just want to, just in case I got it on the plane. Who knows?
Yeah. Exactly. You know me. I am one who is more in favor of being too safe rather than too sorry. Which is, again, one reason why I've probably been spending more time than I need to at my parents' house. But it has provided me with lots of new comedy material. But before we get to any of that, Simone, you're going to tell us what people can look forward to during tonight's Go West Comedy Online edition number 8.
Yes. So, of course, if you're tuning in and you've tuned in before, you know the formula. But we have a show. We have usually 4 comedians. Tonight we've actually got 5. They can send in a video or they do a live set. And we also have a quiz tonight where you can win prizes. We have one quiz at the beginning of the show, one right at the end, just so you can, let's go all the way through the show. And what else? We also have a couple of videos that we've done. So it's all a mixed bag, but we really have a fun night. So let's begin.
It's going to be
also, if you'd like to donate for the show, we would love that. We are donating to our home where we have our show usually, called Aha. They're a 40-year-old running gay bar that's been around for years, and they're amazing. And they do everything volunteer, so we'd love to be able to support them through this tough time. So you can pay by PayPal, or you can go to their website and you can donate directly there.
Exactly. And Simone and I can't say enough good things about Aha. They have been so lovely to us ever since we started doing the show there a few years ago now. And anyone who knows the LGBTQIA plus scene in Berlin knows that Aha is something very unique and quirky, and that's what we love about it, and we love all the people who work there. So please donate generously, because all the performers are doing this for free tonight, all the comedians, because they want to support the cause as well. I personally can't wait to get back to Berlin and Aha, as much as I love my time with my family, but I have been here now for almost a month. I'm in my parents' den, like the kind of study room with books. And I wanted to put fabulous things in the background that could complete with, I don't know if those are, I don't want to turn it over because I think it'll just say Made in China on the bottom. But I wanted to show some fabulous things that could compete with the decor at Aha. These things you find at my mother has old lottery tickets lying around that she hasn't even scratched. I told her this afternoon I could be here, we're millionaires, we don't even know it. And she won't find out until I leave. Anyhow, what am I doing to keep busy? First of all, I've been picking out on junk food. That includes this little gem called poutine from a
Oh,
chain restaurant, which shall remain nameless. But people who don't know poutine, it's fries with gravy and cheese curds, and sometimes fried chicken on top. And you can't go wrong with that. So I've been enjoying myself with all of the junk food I can over the last few weeks. And I'm getting to know this house better because my parents are elderly and I want to protect them by staying here as much as I can. And when you're at home with your folks, you get to know all the fabulous things in a building like this even better when you don't leave and you start to lose your mind. So I want to show you an extra special something here about my parents and what they have on offer here in this house. So enjoy. Hey folks, well, I've officially made it through the first 3 weeks of my time at home with my mom and dad in rural Nova Scotia, Canada, and I just wanted to let you know that the vacation is going great. No, it's all good. I'm here in my childhood bedroom, which needless to say has been zhuzhed up a little bit by my mom over the 20 or so years since I left. For instance, the Spice Girls posters are gone. She's burned the mountain of crusty tube socks under the bed and instead has put around a lot of very flowery doilies and little jars of potpourri. So the room smells slightly different than it did when it was home base for this teenage boy. And we'll leave it at that. But I wanted to do this little video not only to give you some insight into the incredibly sophisticated design sensibilities of my parents, but also my mom and dad, they're getting a bit older, they're in their early 80s, and they've started asking me, Ben, what would you like to have when we pass away? And while I hope that won't happen anytime soon, I wanted to do this video to put it out there on the internet for my 6 siblings, what exactly I expect to get out of this estate, and if they want any of these items, you better lawyer up, bitches. So this is my little video called This Is My Inheritance. Now, if you ever met my mom and dad, you know they're the kind of people who don't take shit from anybody, and I want things in my life that will remind me of that fierce independence. For example, this novelty sign from the rear entry of my mom and dad's house, it says, what happens at grandma's stays at grandma's. Like, is my mom running an underground nightclub? Is this Berghain? Is this some kind of exclusive VIP joint where Beyonce is gonna be walking in the door? What the hell's going on here? This is a magnet from my mother's fridge. Grandma's house, if you're here, you're getting hugged. Is it just me, or do I have to have a discussion with my mother about consent? Okay. And also, it's a pandemic. Social distancing, people. My mom's 83 years old. She's in a risk group. This is not appropriate. Finally, in my mom's kitchen, next to like her teacup and denture bath, there's this agenda where it just says on the title, Boss Lady. Who is this woman? Is she listening to Lizzo, Megan Thee Stallion? Is she down there doing TikTok dances to Body Yaddy Yaddy? What is going on here? Now, I'm the youngest of 7 kids and the only gay kid in the family. So needless to say, I'm the only person with any sense of style. It's my cross to bear. So one of my priorities with my parents' belongings is I want to claim back all the shit that I bought for them over the years. Because I found out recently, for example, one of my nieces was here at Christmas time. She's like, oh, that Christmas ornament on the tree is really pretty. It was a Christmas ornament that I gave my mom and dad. And mom's like, here, take it. I'm watching you. Is that niece? If you're watching, I'm coming to get that ornament. I have no idea what this is called in German. I just call it like Christmas wooden candle fire death trap. That's what I tend to refer to this thing as. My mom and dad have actually been using it. I'm quite terrified. I think I'm gonna take those candles out before I leave, because I'll be having nightmares that they're gonna burn down the house. And also an example of something which I bought them to bring a little bit of, you know, to elevate things a bit here in this house as much as I can. This little groundhog, which is light activated. It's outside normally, and I got it at Bauhaus, I believe, in Germany. One of a kind. Now, of course, one of the most unpleasant things that happens when loved ones pass away is everyone's fighting over the money, and that's going to be an inevitable problem in my family as well. So I've already started to identify the high value items in the house. I might actually put them in my luggage when I go back to Germany this time, just not tell anybody. For example, everyone knows autographed items are really big. You can sell them on eBay. This is a ticket for a show signed by a very famous Canadian by the name of, it's not Alanis Morissette, it's not Avril Lavigne. Those signatures would be nothing in comparison to the signature from Tommy Hunter. He used to host a weekly variety show on public television. There's people out there who are going to pay millions for that. And most of my stuffed animals growing up have been thrown away by my parents, but this one made it through, and it's a collector's item. It is a Cabbage Patch doll named Silas, which I cherished. I believe he has a signature on his bum. That may have been where I got my interest in tattoos, and he smells like baby powder.
which is probably toxic. If you've ever been to my apartment in Berlin, you know I strive for a very minimalistic design aesthetic. It's kind of a little thing we do at Potsdamer Platz in Berlin. So if I'm having anything I'm gonna get for my parents, it has to be very streamlined. For instance, the toilet paper princess doll. Not only is she beautiful, not only is she handmade, but she gets you a very unpleasant situation. Why water your plants with a normal, boring IKEA plant waterer when instead you could have this baby, which is a conversation piece. It makes a statement, and that statement is, I want a frog vomiting water onto my plants. Finally, this is probably the most sought after item in my parents' collection. You've heard of a cheeky monkey. Have you heard of a cheeky squirrel? So this lamp is playful, anatomically correct, and strangely suggestive. Eat your heart out, Antiques Roadshow. Now, for most of this video, I've been recording it in my bedroom because mostly I've been afraid that my mother would be listening the whole time with her ear to the door. I'm telling you, she probably was, because she is creepy like that. Mom, I love you, but knock it off. Anyhow, there's one thing I will not live without after my parents pass and all of the millions come down in the will, and that is their Encyclopedia Britannica. So for those of you who aren't familiar with this, Encyclopedia Britannica was this scam back in like the 70s and 80s where salespeople would go door to door and guilt parents into spending thousands of dollars, which was an incredible amount of money at the time, to buy these quickly outdated printed encyclopedias. But you know, they'd be like, if you don't spend this money, your child will be an absolute failure in life, right? So needless to say, I think in my family's case, the investment paid off because I'm a flight attendant, so I don't want to brag. Everything went incredibly according to plan, but I wanted to read to you from one of the world's best printed encyclopedias what it has to say about one of my favorite topics, a little thing I like to call homosexuality. So in here it says homosexuality, also called sexual inversion, like upside down sex, which I have nothing against if you do it right. It says it's the sexual attraction of a person to one of the same sex. This deviation, Entschuldigung, excuse me, this deviation usually, but not always, leads to physical contact culminating in orgasm. Not with some of the men I've dated. So folks, that was a look at some of the most prestigious, unique, and needless to say, incredibly valuable items in my parents' extensive collection. I'm gonna go back to looking at some of the other treasures here in my parents' house. For example, this photo of Ben as a baby, Ben as a closeted teenager, and Ben as a 20-year-old virgin graduating university. May it haunt your dreams. Thank you, thank you. Some very, very special moments there in that video.
That was amazing. I'd just like to highlight potpourri. I haven't heard that word for a long time.
And not the way you say it as well. That's it's interesting.
Yeah, how you say it again?
Potpourri.
Potpourri. There we go. Sounds a lot nicer.
Point of it's fancier, Simone. Sorry, I said with a rural Canadian accent, it sounds a lot fancier.
But also the frog. That frog. That's gold.
Isn't that? I just found that the other day. I'm telling you. And my mom,
and then
like,
the squirrel lamp. The
squirrel lamp, I have a sister-in-law, she and I fight about it a lot every time, and I think there probably will be some kind of appearance on a Judge Judy type show down the road when my parents pass away, where my sister-in-law are fighting over that squirrel lamp. But anyhow, that's where I come from. And Mom, if you're watching this video on replay, I love you and I love all your decor. But
burn those encyclopedias.
I know. You don't want to open those things. What the hell? I don't want to open those things. But
no.
Now we are a show that knows how to roll with the punches, and we know how to shift things around a little bit. So unfortunately, due to some technical issues, one of our performers will not be able to join us this evening. We'll look at maybe having her take part in another show. However, this means we get to enjoy our first quiz, because we know that you guys just you want the free shit. That's all you want. That's all you want. So without any further ado, I hand it over to you, Simone.
All right. So we're going to do a quiz tonight because we thought we'd move on from the movie. Maybe it was too easy for some people. No. So Ben's still in Canada. I was in New Zealand just since recently. So we thought we'd do a quiz about Canada and New Zealand. So I'm, of course, doing New Zealand part. And so we called it which we didn't know which name we should call it. So you guys can tell us which name is better: the North and the South, or the Canuck and the Kiwi. But I've never heard a Canuck. I had to look that up. I was like, what's a
Canuck.
Sorry, Canuck. Oh,
I have no idea.
Canuck, you.
I have no idea what it is either. It sounds kind of it sounds kind of dirty, but
yeah,
I'm not
sure
what
if I
is.
like it. Yeah. Anyway, we have a quiz and we have 3 questions. It's the same thing. Like, I'll say the questions first, bit by bit, one by one. And then if you can, in the comments section, reply in the same order the answers of the questions all together, not one by one. And we are particular, as many people know, of making sure you get the correct names and spelling. No, just everything in the correct order would be fabulous.
And Simone, not to cut you off, I've decided that for your contest, I'm not commenting at all on the correctitude of the answers. Okay.
Okay.
So you are alone.
So we each get our own blame. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
It got heated last time, so I've. So we'll get you geared up here.
Let's
Simone.
roll.
Fantastic. Here goes Simone, and here goes question number 1.
So subtle. Where did the first people that inhabited New Zealand come from? Where did they travel from? That's question number 1. Question number 2. Which New Zealand musician won a Grammy and has a photo with David Bowie and Tilda Swinton? Both are at that same level. Seriously, who can get a photo with those two? It's amazing. Yes, that's the second question. And then the third question: how many completely different meanings does the word Kiwi take on? Yes. So those 3 questions, if you'd like, anyone in the comments.
Oh my goodness. I'm just looking because I enjoy drama. So I'm going to look and see here. Let's see here. Do we have anyone? We've had no. Come on. Has there been no one? Do we have to put the questions up again? Maybe the questions were too. Do we have to give some hints, Simone? Maybe.
No, seriously.
Guys, these
first one.
Oh! There's a
I forgot. I did forget to add no Googling, but I mean, I can't really control that. So.
That's true. At this stage, Nico is going to attempt. Nico is attempting.
Okay.
So we'll wait and see, I guess, if something's coming in from him. Drum roll.
I didn't think it was that difficult.
Okay.
I didn't hear them. Okay.
Shall we do a quick little run through again, Simone? I'll just put them up again quickly.
Repeat them. Julieta said repeat.
My connection at my parents' place is not the 100% the best, so you might have to just read what's on the screen and go from there. But I will put them up again with Simone. Here we go.
Thanks, Nico, for putting yourself out there. I'm sorry the answers are not all correct.
First of all, first question.
Where did the first people that inhabited New Zealand come from? Where did the first inhabitants come from? Which New Zealand musician won a Grammy and has a photo with David Bowie and Tilda Swinton? The slides should come up on the screen. How many completely different meanings does the word Kiwi take on?
Okay, so.
Okay.
These, I just want to point out, in the draft questions that Simone had, these were probably the easiest ones. Okay. There were some there I was like, Simone, we don't all know life in New Zealand that well. I had to talk her down.
I had about 12 questions. I got so excited.
Okay, I don't know. Shall we go with like some sort of... So I would say, Nico, it's just the first answer that I wouldn't accept. You were very strict on the third one.
No, and the last.
Okay,
I changed that one.
Okay. I think we're going to have to go with Nico because he's the only one who's been brave enough to take a chance on those questions.
Yeah.
So
Can I tell you, it's nowhere near in the Netherlands. The Maori people were the first people in New Zealand. The tangata whenua. Did you Google that, Julieta? You must have Googled that. Tangata whenua means people. I've just been learning Māori actually, so tangata whenua is the people. So kind of hard questions for both viewers. Okay, well, first of all, Māori people came from the Polynesian islands, the islands that are very close to New Zealand. And then when it was colonised, that's when people from the Netherlands would have come out. The musician is Lord, which you got correct. And then the meaning of Kiwi is actually, it was a bit of a trick question, it's two. It's the person and the bird. Because in New Zealand, we don't say kiwi for the fruit, we say kiwi fruit.
I told you.
I've done it in a joke. You should know that.
Simone is cruel. She's a stickler with these things.
I got it wrong myself when I gave the answer to Ben, and then I realised no, that's not correct. I'm mixing my German with my Kiwi.
Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with Nico winning, Simone?
Yes, Nico. Yes.
Okay, Nico has won. So what we're going to do is our prizes, of course, are very well known. I'm going to walk you through those prizes very quickly. We want you to look after yourself as we start into the spring. Look after your plants. We've got some fertilizer sticks. Who doesn't love fertilizer sticks? Very sexy. Some chocolate. You've got yourself a 2-in-1 mask, not just a regular mask. We don't do that kind of boring nonsense here at Go West. 2-in-1 mask. A blubber raketa. I want to commit to buying more children's cosmetics at the store because kids have more fun, I think, with all these bath products than adults do. And then there's a wellness Körperschwamm, which is to scrape the lockdown off you when the time comes to get back to normal life here. So, Nico, congratulations. Nico is they're going to have like a leaderboard at some point, and he's just always going to be at the top.
Of winning prizes, yeah.
It's true. And without any further ado, we will move on to, I guess, our first video submission from one of our comedians.
Yes, so our first performer of the night, sorry. We are down to 4 comedians tonight, not 5. And he is a lovely guy. He is a friend of the show. He runs his own show called The Laughing Spree. You guys might have heard of it. It's a very popular show on a boat on the Spree. And tonight he has sent us in a video, so we're very excited to invite and introduce Chris Doering from Germany.
Enjoy, folks.
Hey, hi there. Hi, this is Chris. Thank you so much to Simone and thank you so much to Ben for having me. It's wonderful to be with you. Thank you also so much for joining us and for supporting the great AHA project. I'm really glad to be here. Thanks again for having me. This is actually pre-recorded because I can't be with you Wednesday night because I have some issues with my family I need to deal with. But yeah, it's great. This lockdown is just great for all of us. And I know what you're thinking, so why is this handsome Leonardo DiCaprio lookalike calling us from his bathroom? Yeah, I wish you guys wouldn't laugh at this part. And fair enough. I know. If anything, I look like Leonardo DiCaprio from The Revenant after he got violently cuddled by a bear. I get it. This is the only peace and quiet I get during the day here in my bathroom, which is in fact, yes, this is in fact my bathroom, because I don't know how you guys have been dealing with the lockdown. My situation has been such that a couple months ago, my girlfriend gave birth to our kid, which it's great, that's generally fantastic. In fact, this is our second kid. We've had a kid for about a year now, and we're thinking of keeping it. Yeah, and what happened to us is that my girlfriend's parents, my in-laws, they came over all the way from Mexico to witness the birth, which is wonderful, is beautiful, and then they couldn't leave for, what is it now? 5 months. So that's been great. It's been really great. You know, I've had the time of my life. Yes, I can only recommend it to anyone. You know, I've been living now in my 2-room apartment with my girlfriend, my 2 toddlers, and my 2 parents-in-law, and it's been amazing. You know, it's been absolutely great, you know. I've had so much fun just with my in-laws, and you know, we've had so many fun talks and discussions, because I don't know if you've met Mexicans before, but they're very passionate, and you can have so many great passionate conversations with them. You know, I'd love to chat with them on a regular basis about all kinds of conspiracy theories. It's fantastic. It reminds me of when my own family comes to visit, because I don't know if you have that, but when my family comes over to visit, it's great, it's amazing, and then a week is over, and then you realize how much you love the people you love. You know, I don't know if you have that, but these are my parents-in-law, you know, so it's even better, it's even greater. So yes, this is really great for my mental health. So I can only recommend it. You know, if you have your in-laws with you, invite them over. It's amazing, it's great. So yeah, that's been fantastic. So nowadays I get to do shows, and I try to get on as many shows as I can, because I get to go to the bathroom, you know, and do comedy shows. And you know, I take my laptop with me for some privacy, you know, and it's the best, you guys, because this is basically living with the in-laws. It's a bit like the first day of summer camp, you know, where, because I'm literally surrounded by 5 Mexicans, you know. So, you know, you're either gonna join the gang, or you're gonna start your own gang, you know, or you're gonna get shift in the shower very soon. So it's great. It's amazing. Again, I can only recommend it to all of you out there. So yeah, this has been fantastic for my mental health. What's actually helped, if you want some tips, because I have been struggling myself with suicidal tendencies, suicidal thoughts when I was a teenager, and what's helped me actually has been becoming a parent. Yes, that's true. Some of you might be wondering, that's weird. No, it's true, because nowadays I don't think about killing myself. So yeah, becoming a parent is absolutely amazing, much recommended, just like living with your in-laws. And those are the tips from the day from someone who's barely holding on in his own bathroom. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the show, and see you very soon if I'm still alive. Bye bye.
Wonderful.
That was amazing.
Poor Chris. God. Oh, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who can identify exactly with what Chris is going through. If there is anyone, if you want to reach out and share your own horror stories about being stuck at home with your kids during the lockdown, you can contact Chris on his socials. So you can find him on Instagram and on Facebook. And that'll be a great... that's going to be a great video to have on file for the Jugendamt as well, which I think for Child Protection Services. So we'll keep that one on hold, on hand there. No, in all seriousness, Chris, thank you so much for contributing to our show, which, before I forget to mention, is to raise money for AHA, our charity home in Schöneberg. So folks, if you're having a good time, give a lot of money. If you're like, we want to give them a little bit of encouragement so they can make the show even better, then maybe just, you know, give however much money you want. And that will help us support the place that we love so much in Schöneberg, where we normally do the show live. So now I believe we have someone very special lined up to join us. Now, this comedian has had all kinds of different formats. I've known her probably for 5 or 6 years now, I think. She performed at the original Go West at our original location. She's had all kinds of wonderful shows all over the city at places like The Wall in Friedrichshain. She does something called comedy therapy, which we're going to experience a little bit tonight with something completely new, which I don't think has ever been attempted before in a comedy show. Please welcome the gorgeous Lena. Well, hello, Lena.
Hello.
Oh, gorgeous. Oh, you
this
look
is-
amazing.
This is are you this is
The
a
wine is
okay.
ready.
She's been into the wine already. There's nothing wrong with that. I have my own wine here. My parents have a box of wine actually, which I'm also well equipped, Lena. Just so you know, okay. There's a box of wine here.
Well, a box in the bag doesn't mean much to me. I mean,
I'll start suckling it here in the live stream if you want. How are you doing, Lena?
I'm great. Thank you
Wonderful.
for asking. You guys look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here tonight for a special purpose. I'm here to read your guys' future, I think, because, well, you said you know me as a comedian, but I'm also 1/16th gypsy. And yeah, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. And you can tell that I have some gypsy blood based on how low quality this video is, I guess. And yeah, and that like I'm using this stolen headphones and stuff to communicate with you. But yeah, I have a habit of reading fortune. I can do palm readings. Yeah, whenever a man slaps me, I quickly read his palm. Yeah, I mean it's a thing. I'm short-sighted, but I generally, yeah, I like telling people's future. I think I'm good at it. And as a Russian, I also use you know this app Telegram. Do you guys know this app Telegram? Yeah, I mean whoever lives in Berlin knows it because you can purchase drugs with it. I've been doing that quite a lot, and kind of caused a detrimental effect on my health. Yeah, so basically, Telegram has such a thing as stickers, and using the stickers, you can basically predict someone's future. And I did that with you guys, right? Remember, I asked you to ask me several questions, and I did it. I read your future, and if somebody who's watching is willing to have their future told by me, I will very gladly assist. So Ben, I asked you you asked me several questions. One of them you asked me was about your neighbors, right? You said that you had complicated relationship with your neighbors, and you were wondering whether it will change within this year. So here at the bottom you can see the stickers because you gave me numbers. How does it work? Ben, you really said that it'll be very difficult to explain, but I have faith in people who are not Canadian, okay? So basically, I have 92 sticker sets on Telegram. So guys, if you want your fortune told by me, first you have to give me a number between 1 and 92, and then you have to pick a sticker within that set. I have from 1 to 40 stickers in each sticker set. So give me a number between 1 and 92, followed by a number between 1 and 40. And do it 3 times. This way I'll have 3 pictures. Ben, can you please show the previous picture again about your neighbors? Beautiful. So look at this. What we can see is here we have a dog, which is not taking any shit from anyone. And I know that you have a dog as a neighbor. I mean, it's people who own a dog. It means that, and the next sticker says, I'm feeling completely helpless with a man with a gun next to his neck. So I think, to be honest, your neighbors will own you completely this year. So the situation with you, the relationship will be okay, but you will be suffering a lot till you decide to poison them, because we have a man with a snake and it's highly recommended these days. I mean, if the neighbors haven't been vaccinated, we can always blame COVID, Ben. So that you might explore this option. Do you want me to do any of your other questions? I think we had a question from Simon, right? What did you ask me about your career, right, Simon? Because you were wondering, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how you made a mistake. You said because COVID has meant I have had minimal to no work. What career path should I focus on next? So basically, that's the answer to your question already.
I did.
So maybe, I mean, people been like ordering stuff, so maybe that'll be a best option for you, to be honest. But if we look at the stickers, we have a pigeon, which is it's very subtly pointing at its breast. And then we have an angry cake and a piece of toilet paper. So I'm saying, Simon, you bake, you cook, right?
Mm.
Yeah, so what you need to do to make more money, you have to bring sex in your baking. So you maybe offer naked baking, and then people, just like your enemies, will just shit themselves because they'll be like, oh, how come we never thought about that? Look at Simone baking naked there with her tits out. So maybe start that, and that could be very beneficial for you as well. I had a question about Ben, because I think you wanted to get a pet, right, Ben? You wanted to get.
I did. That's a big dilemma for me, Lena.
But would you like? But you sure you're ready? You ready to get?
Well, everyone knows I lost my cat last year. So is it time? What do the stars say? What do the stickers say? Is it time for me to think about getting a new pet?
Well, based on the numbers you gave me, look at the sad results. Then I think you're ready to love something, because based on this sticker that says Carignon has 2 hearts instead of eyes, you sometimes see cute animals and you get excited. You think, I should get one, right? I should get it. But a next sticker, we have a dolphin that says freedom, meaning maybe you want to get some exotic animal from a shelter. But also, I think you have some common sense, and Yao K9 basically is the ultimate answer in this situation. Because, I mean, let's first see where this pandemic is going. And if we survive, maybe then we should focus on animals next. So I don't think it's a good time to get a pet, Ben. And we all know that based on the stickers, subconsciously, you think so as well.
Oh, gosh, that was very revealing. That was very revealing.
We do have one question from one of the viewers. It says, will I be famous and rich one day? And the numbers are, should I tell you the numbers?
Okay, let's do this. Okay, whether the person will be rich one day?
Mm-hmm. Famous and rich.
They won't be famous and rich. Okay, they wouldn't be spending time watching just like some online comedy. It would be just like doing some better stuff. So that's my opinion. But what are the numbers again?
1 and 12. 1,
okay.
12.
Let's first look at it. 1 and 12. Look at that. Okay. Let's start with this one. So we have this is one. It says, I don't speak German, guys. Look how technological it is. Look how technological it is.
What does Folkwagen?
Okay, Folkwagen.
What does it mean, Ben?
I don't know.
Great. So see, that's already very complicated. Okay, what's the next one?
22 and 11.
Okay, 22 and 11. Oh, okay. Okay, so the person is lacking commitment on the path towards fame, because it's like a pink person that says boring. So the person is just not happy with their life generally, not doing much. Okay, what's the next one? The last one?
6 and 17. 6 and 17.
6 and 17. Okay, so, it's not good. It's this. Because, I mean, the person won't get fame or any money in a conventional way, because look how sad everything is. The person will be just bored looking at this stuff, but maybe boredom will bring up the creativity in this person. Because look at that, like, look, a person was like, oh my god, it's some equipment, and then they took a picture and it looked like a face, So maybe at a point, eventually, some mild fame as the person who does memes would be something that would happen to you. But I wouldn't count on that. Yeah. If we have any more questions, I can answer those as well.
I think
But
there's one more
oh my
question, which
God.
it might be, I think, completely random, unexpected question. This is the question is, will my roommate become a comedian one day?
Okay. So
But
what do we have?
I hate to disappoint you, Lena, but
Yeah.
the person did not understand the instructions for the numbers.
Okay, so I guess the
um,
answer is
they,
no. And
okay, well, Daniel, if you could please. So I'm going to repeat the instructions. I understand. I have sympathy for you because they're a little bit they are a bit difficult to follow. That's how the stars speak. We can't question that. You need to give a number between 1 and 92 and a number between 1 and 40. So then there's a package of two numbers, and you need to do that 3 times in total. So if you want to check out it again to see. Okay, Say No More was very disappointed with that reading that you provided. Not disappointed, Lena. I don't think in your celestial skills, but disappointed in the fact that she won't become rich and famous one day, perhaps.
well,
So
I guess if a person has no more in their name, it means that they don't need anything else in life. But Simon had asked me a very important question, because all of us, three of us, we live in Berlin. So, and only Simon, do you speak German?
Yes, but I wouldn't say fluently.
Because I think so we are sitting here according to fluency. Ben speaks it fluently, you speak it like and I speak it like this. And so basically, Simon asked me a beautiful question. Because of fears of having a child that speaks German better than me, which country should I move to? Ben, do you have a picture for this question? Because I really like the answers, because look at the stickers. First, we have a blonde couple that are trying to shoot themselves. I've been thinking about where we have a high suicide rate and a lot of blonde people. So that's totally Sweden. We should go to Sweden. And but then after, the next sticker is a stuffed animal, and then a sad dog. So again, just basically what I said to Ben. I think there's a high risk that you'll fuck up some animals. So first, maybe rehearse on puppies and just like any foxes even maybe. And if they survive, you can move to kids, and then you can go to Sweden and try not to kill yourself there. That's I think what stickers are saying.
That's awesome.
this is I'm just going to go out on a limb, Lena, and say that if anyone is not brave enough to ask their questions in the stream right now, they can always find you on your Instagram, and Lena will help you find the path that's waiting for you in life.
Sadly,
we do have one more.
Okay, let's make it. Should we do it like a last question, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will I ever find a guy in my life?
No, if you live in Berlin. Did I ask that question? I thought I was busy. Okay, so what are the numbers?
First number, 69 and 40.
Oh, 69. Wait, okay, 69 and 40. So I have 6. Okay, that's very. That's bad, because we have this. We have a bunch of blue butts here. Look, and let's see where it takes us. Let's see where it takes us. Maybe it's curiosity going deep. Like, you won't find one unless you go deeper. So let's see, what was that? Another sticker.
5-8.
5-8. Okay, so. Okay. I maybe your problem so far is maybe you like drinking a bit too much, because and that distracts you from finding a guy. And okay, let's take the third one.
14, 32.
14. Okay. 14. Oh, 32?
Mm-hmm.
And we have then a rainbow there with a kitten there. So maybe
That's
I don't
really
know.
good.
It could mean, again, because rainbow signifies many things. Maybe a man you are into doesn't fancy you if you're a girl. Maybe rainbow signifies the peace between God and human. So maybe you should focus on religion, and you should find God instead of a guy. Because see, you already have a drinking problem, right? And if you focus on religion, most likely you won't drink too much. And also, this is Hieronymus Bosch's painting. So also something to do with religion, blah, blah, blah. Just focus on God, forget about man, and just chill.
I actually thought all those pictures were quite relative. There was Nico, and Nico was into men. So with you had butts and you had the rainbow, and I thought it was actually quite spot on. What do you think, Nico?
Man? What's up with a drinking man with a red nose?
Maybe we all drink.
Maybe your new guy is Santa.
This is Nico might have found out more than he was ready for, I think. So
okay.
We'll know. Fantastic.
I don't believe we have any more questions, right? So
I think that's it. Did you have any other ones you wanted to go through, Lena, or you've addressed all the questions?
We have questions you asked. If you want to have a look at some of them,
let's get another one on Ben's.
Okay. What was it? Okay. You were asking stuff about your long hair, but I think Ben here, he made a very big mistake. The question was, should I keep my new long hair or go back to my shaved head and mustache look? First of all, stickers are not psychic. They understand your hair is not long enough, and they want yes and no questions. And here, why are they supposed to answer that? Look at the chaos in the answers. The stickers, like, first they're showing us two animals doing some, I don't know, some shady business. So maybe you look like an animal who is up for some shady business, but people still pay you just with kisses, and then you get fruit. So maybe keep the hair. Maybe keep the hair, Ben. While you're not bald, everything goes.
Okay. This is problem solved, questions answered, and I will just not go to the salon when I get back to Berlin. I was looking forward to that, but now
it's always an option.
It is. You're rocking it. You're fantastic. Well, folks, as said, if you want to find out more from Lena through her special spiritual sticker connection, then be sure to look her up.
I thought it was spot on.
Yeah, no. It's it's why I don't go to have my cards read very often, because it can be too unsettling. So thank you for everything you shared, Lena. People can find you at Lena Stolby on Instagram.
Oh, at Lembergstrasse 20.
Is this?
It's 2 streets with the same name in Berlin, so don't worry, you can't find me.
Okay, that was Lena's looking for friends. You can find her online. You can find her at her apartment.
No, I'm fine.
You can find her. Find her on. You can find her on a show. At a show, hopefully sometime soon. Her comedy therapy show, or maybe she'll be doing this live as well at some venue in the city. Lena, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice life in Sweden, Simone, and never cut your hair, Ben.
Thank you, Lena.
Bye-bye.
Take care of yourselves. Okay,
bye.
Oh, Lena, I love Lena, and she's one of the most entertaining people in my life, I think, and she's also looking after my plants right now. So I'm grateful for that, and I know that those plants are in good hands after seeing her do her sticker readings tonight. So it's all good. We're all good. Now it's time for another video.
Oh, yes, it is time for another video. I did a little, since I've been back from New Zealand, only a few days, I thought I would wrap things up on my time in New Zealand. So I've created a little promotional video, mainly collecting, bits from my trip, putting it together to give you guys an insight of what New Zealand is about, under the eyes of moi.
Kia ora, haere mai, and welcome. This is a short little promotional video about New Zealand. It's not Lord of the Rings length, don't worry. It's a promotional video in itself. But I just wanted to give you a little insight into what New Zealand is really like. What's going on in that little island, and just my perspective, or a little taste test of New Zealand life. We have strong coffee, and New Zealand is the original home of the flat white. We've got big trees, little trees, lots of ferns, rainforests, trees in general. Beaches, a lot of beaches, we are made up of 3 islands, so there's a lot of water. Old sort of retro kind of 80s buildings that we don't care to do up. Lots of nice blue lakes, loads of mountains, snow-capped mountains. Our ski resorts we call ski fields. We call these jandals. Don't ask me why, but we wear them all throughout the year. Thumbs up, she'll be right. That's a classic saying in New Zealand, she'll be right, mate. Pies, pastry filled with meaty goodness, any time of the day. Fish and chips, or fish and chops, is the most popular takeaway meal. Probably heard about it, but New Zealand likes to shake and spew out hot lava on the odd occasion due to its position on 2 tectonic plates. This is a unique fruit which is very hard to explain, but it's a feijoa. It smells like perfume, it tastes sweet and tangy. We do peanut butter really well. It's better than that yeasty shit called Marmite. Corn fritters, roast kumara, which is sweet potato, and portobello mushrooms are iconic. This is an example of a haka, which is originated as a war dance, but it's a Māori ceremonial dance or challenge, used in different situations. It's not cool to do it if you don't know how. I like to boast about the fact that Sir Edmund Hillary was one of 2 men that were the first to climb Mount Everest. New Zealand has an obsession that everyone has to have a car, so we don't care enough about our cyclists, so we have to have signs that tell us to look out for them. As evidence, I've been hit twice on my bike by a car. If you got into the craze of using Les Mills as your workout plan during COVID, they're from New Zealand. Cuba Street, the heart of Wellington, which is my favourite city, and also the capital. The traffic lights reflect some drag queen realness. This is a pointless, trashy looking fountain that is very iconic on Cuba Street. And this is another cool traffic light transformation. We have a wahine and a tangata, a woman and a man in haka dance. This is a waka. This is how the first inhabitants came out to New Zealand from Polynesia. This is what I wish we had as our flag instead of the pointless Union Jack. Kiwi kids grow up on learning how to master the best bomb, which is when you jump off a high plank into water, which we call a bomb or a manu, and splash as many people as you can. There's even a New Zealand national bomb competition each year. This is the Power Show House. It used to be a house in the South Island, and it was a tourist attraction. An older couple just decided to cover their walls with power shells. Small country, small news. Oh yes, I said I wouldn't mention it, but New Zealand is doing well with COVID. It's probably because we put masks on our statues. No, it's actually also because we have a good leader, Jacinta Ardern. Yes, you've heard about her. Her partner is also a TV presenter, broadcaster, has a fishing show. New Zealand, keeping it real. This is also a wee letter that she put on her Instagram, sort of talking about how a little kid is knocking on their dad for not washing their hands long enough. Just to get rid of any confusion, New Zealand is not a tropical island. Even though we might have tropical looking flowers, the temperatures really do vary from the north to the south. We also don't have a lot of poisonous animals. This is a weta. It's a really fat, big insect, but it's not harmful. We have kiwis. Yes, that's our national bird, which cannot fly and only comes out at night time. Perfect bird to represent who we are. And we used to have an ancient bird called the moa, which was extinct many years ago, but it's a pretty epic bird. I hope this promotional video gave you a little insight to what New Zealand is really like, and hopefully you'll come out and visit it when the borders are open so that we can get our tourism back to normal. I'm not paid by the New Zealand Tourism Department, although I should be.
Love it, Simone. It's cruel of you to show how lovely New Zealand was. It's really cruel of you.
I know, I just thought I'd rub it in how there was no COVID around.
No, it looks so. A few things There was that platform in the middle of like a harbor. Do kids actually climb up on that big pole and then jump? Okay.
Yeah, that's where you do your bombs. And I didn't even know. I had to look this up. There is actually a national bomb competition.
Well,
People like go on even higher sort of boards or diving boards and make big splashes in the water. It's just like a bomb. You know, when you do a bomb in the water. Do you guys call it that? I don't
we
know.
call it, yeah, I think in where I'm from, we call it a Johnny Ass Cracker as well.
Oh.
But to do bomb in the water, yeah, definitely. So okay, well that just confirms what we already knew, and that is New Zealanders are a little bit crazy. But I also Jacinda was there, not to get political, but sometimes I just like watch a live stream with Jacinda Ardern to calm me down. She's like she's better than that Calm app that's like advertised to online. She's just so like anyhow. I hope to get back to New Zealand at some point soon. Such a beautiful country. So, but we're happy.
At the moment, they're charging people 5,000 to enter. If you are not a New Zealand citizen, stay longer than 3 months. So it's really getting to the point of keep away. They're trying to keep that COVID out. Yeah,
exactly. And some people they did let in recently though was the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under.
Yeah, gotta let them in.
Yeah, so they were filming in Auckland, and I look forward to seeing that when lots of things I find difficult to understand, but it'll be entertaining. So I'm looking forward to it. Fantastic. So we now have someone joining us, and again, the lockdown is awful. I don't want to make it sound like there are too many silver linings to the lockdown. But one thing that's nice is that we can have people join our show that who don't necessarily live in Berlin or who don't pass through Berlin very often. And this lady I've heard of before because she runs some very successful comedy nights in the western part of Germany. And she's living in Kaiserslautern. I don't think I've ever actually been to Kaiserslautern. And we're super excited to have her join us for the first time. Everybody out there, please welcome Erin Crouch. Hey, Erin.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I feel like I can't compete with New Zealand.
Come on.
It's beautiful when there's no COVID, which is pretty much the opposite of everything that's happening down here.
Are you in? I'm sure Kaiserslautern has its redeeming qualities as well. Or you're like murder. But where is Kaiserslautern exactly? Which state is it in?
It's in Rhineland-Pfalz. It's actually more like south than it is like west.
Okay, sorry. She's getting
about 90. Yeah, we're like 90 minutes south of Frankfurt, and we're just less than an hour from the French border.
Okay.
Oh wow, cool.
Cool, good stuff. And you've been doing comedy for a while, correct?
Yeah. I actually started doing comedy when we lived in Estonia.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I did it again in the States for a few years, and then we moved to Germany in 2019. So.
Okay. And do you want to tell us a little bit about the shows that you run down there, that in case people are watching?
Yeah, I run a monthly show when there's not COVID on, and I started at an Irish bar, and I've moved up and gotten a bigger space. I run a monthly show at Legends Sports Bar and Grill, and it was in the Kottweiler location, but it's going to be in Ramstein-Miesenbach when it opens again. And probably the most notable thing about Kaiserslautern is that it's home to the Ramstein Air Base, which is the largest American military facility.
True. Again, I'm sure people have mixed feelings on that, but I enjoy seeing a man in uniform on occasion. So, I've been down around there before, and if I were near the base, I would turn my grinder on. I'm just going to leave it at that. So,
Well, the thing that makes it fun for the comedians here is that it's a straight American audience, which you don't see a lot of in Germany. So for comedians who are not, American, they maybe have never played a show that's entirely Americans in the audience. And some of the comedians that I brought in for the shows have thought that was really fun.
Awesome. No, that sounds like a great thing you have going there. And I'll put your socials up so people can follow you and find out more. But before all of that, I'm going to hand the stage over to you. And we look forward to having you perform here for us for the very first time at Go West. So welcome, Erin Crouch.
Thank you so much. This is a great show. I'm Erin Crouch. This is not the best show I've ever been on, though, because the best show I was on had automatic closed captioning across the bottom. And when I came up, the closed captioning said, "Now let's hear from Erin's crotch." It made me feel like I could only do crotch-related jokes. Luckily, I had a few, like how I'm having a period right now. But it's less of a period than it is a semicolon, because every time I think it's over, there's a little bit more. Let's give a shout out for Zoom. Zoom has done the impossible. It's made me dislike the sight of my own face as much as I used to just hate the sound of my voice. It's pretty great. We, as you know, in Germany have been quarantining really hard. We basically, have to wear medical masks everywhere. Everything's closed except for grocery stores. What I'm saying is I feel like this might be my punishment for how much I loved that show, Locked Up Abroad. Now I'm living it. The last time I was outside, I had been inside so long that when I saw a traffic light, I tried to click on it to prove that I wasn't a robot. I will say, though, that as bad as we have it here in Germany, it's worse in Russia. I'm not sure if you're aware, but in Russia, the nesting dolls are not allowed to nest because of Corona. My husband actually works in the hospital here, so you can imagine it's been a pretty stressful year for him. He, whenever things got really bad, he would turn to me for advice, and that's how we both got these bangs. I have learned a lot during lockdown, though. One of the things I learned is that any joke can be a coronavirus joke if you tell it to an empty room, or if it kills. I learned that I like my coronavirus like I like my men, not attracted to children. Like I said, we are wearing masks all the time. I'm actually okay with that. I kind of like wearing a mask. My first favorite reason to wear a mask is so men can't see how pretty I am when I smile. Like, that's just for me now. How does he know if my bitch face is at rest? My second favorite reason to wear a mask is if you drink a lot of alcohol, the next day, when you put your mask on, you can just get a buzz by rebreathing your breath. I would say, I have been doing Zoom shows for a while now since we've been in lockdown. And I have to say that the hardest thing about being a female comedian doing shows in lockdown has been that I've had to harass myself. I'm just kidding. Men did me a favor by sending me weird messages. I didn't have to do it all by myself. A lot of the messages have to do with like how I look. Like, men like to tell me a lot of stuff about how I look. A lot of them said that I either looked smart or that I looked gay. I was like, brah, if I was smart, I'd be gay. So I have been trying to use my time usefully. I did create a playlist that I listen to while I poop. The first song on that playlist is Brown Eyed Girl, and the last song is Every Which Way But Loose. In full disclosure, I've changed the name of this living room to Just Getting By Room because things have gotten weird in here. Like, the longer that I stay inside, like, the weirder I get online. I actually started following the English language Facebook page of the Rhineland Falls Police Department. Rhineland Falls, like I was saying, is where I live in Germany. And whenever things happen around here, they put up a press release about it on the Facebook page. Like back in May, the corona rates were really high in Denmark, and they stopped running the trains between Germany and Denmark. And the police department put out a press release about it. And I commented on the press release, "The wane of Danes is mainly on the trains." And like 12 Germans emailed me to complain about the quality of that joke. And most recently, when we went down into lockdown in November, they put up a press release about how they were testing our sewage to see what drugs we were all doing in lockdown. And they put in the press release that they found really high levels of amphetamine and cocaine. And I commented on that press release, "That shit is dope." And they muted me for 30 days. So what I'm saying is that I do love living in Germany. It's really fun here. I did move here from the US, and I feel like it was a real old person thing for me to do because I traded a country with legal weed for one that has affordable healthcare. And also yesterday, I said, "Thank you for your concern" instead of "shut the fuck up." So I'm definitely an old person now. I am trying to learn German. It turns out, that learning another language is like riding a bike. Americans don't really do that. German, I don't know if you know this, but there's actually 2 verb tenses in German. The first tense is, what do you think you are doing? And the second tense is, what have you done? You can see my German's going pretty well. I've had a little bit of trouble getting used to it here, and I frankly blame the low bar that was set for me in America. I can speak one other language. I can drive a stick shift car, and I take off my shoes when I come inside. In America, that makes me a fucking hero. And here in Europe, that makes me any given dumbass. Germans are amazing. Germans can do anything. Germans have made being naked not sexy. The other thing that's really great, I feel like Germans are probably easier to murder than Americans because you don't have to lure them out to the woods. Like they're already out there walking around and they can't fight you off with those little sticks. I will say that one of the weirdest things about being in other countries is always the bathrooms, not just the bathrooms in people's houses, but the bathrooms in restaurants especially. Like here in Germany, they always try to get really cute with the names on the doors. So you're in the restaurant and you're looking at all these little doors and you're like, am I Mubs or am I Bubs? You got to pick which door you're going to put. You're like, am I the acorn or am I the leaf? The other day I was at a restaurant and I was looking at the doors and I was like, I think I'm more of a bucket than I am a lightning bolt. And I opened those doors and that's when I found out that restaurant did not have bathrooms. I'm almost out of time, but I want to leave you with this, that I have been trying to keep my mind off of this lockdown and not getting a vaccine and all that by reading news that's not about Corona. One of the things I've been reading about are people doing stupid shit and dying taking selfies. Have you guys seen that? Probably. I think, we see that a lot and we talk about it like it's a bad thing, but actually people died doing stupid shit for thousands of years and we didn't used to get pictures of it. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you very much. That was great. There were a few things in particular. The washroom thing. I agree with you 100% on that. Because I don't like going to a restaurant and having to know the difference between a male and a female squirrel. Yes. I'm like, what? They didn't teach me that in high school biology, right? I'm not going to go up with a so. Exactly. I was applauding. I was clapping. You couldn't hear me at that point, but I got quite worked up because I agree with you 100% on that. So.
German bathrooms have entirely too many tiny doors too. Like you open one and then there'll be like 4 more before you actually get to.
What kind of bathroom? What are they doing to you down there, guys? There's
no.
You need
labyrinths to get to the bathroom.
You need to come to Berlin where the bathrooms are simpler. There's usually no door actually on the bathroom. Someone's just like they were whacked out on something and then they just had a bad trip and then smashed the door off the cubicle. And that's problem solved. So this I think is
feel like doors should be kind of anti-German. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a little surprised that we have so many doors here. I feel like just being able to do your business in front of everyone is like probably like a German sort of thing,
It's true. I don't give anyone any ideas. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So no. But I am very grateful. We're grateful that you're able to join us. It's always lovely to have people who we don't see on the scene here in Berlin. And I'm going to put your socials up again here, your Instagram account, so people can reach out to you if they want to find out more about those shows, if they want your help to be hooked up with some American soldiers. There's no don't ask, don't tell anymore. That's why I'm actively going after soldiers. So anyhow, and we hope to hear from you again soon. And fingers crossed we'll see you in person in Berlin when everything gets a little more normal.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Erin. Have a great night and take care of yourself.
You too.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Take care. Wonderful.
All right. And
Good
so
stuff.
we have some more a chance to win another prize, people.
I know. I'm a little bit I'm a little bit stressed here because now I'm concerned that my questions are too difficult for people, but I don't think they are. I think everyone's going to leave this show saying Ben let us off easy with these. So let's once more. I just need to tell you out there how this thing works. There are going to be 3 questions this time related to Canada. Okay, where I am right now. They're not hard, people. These are super easy questions. And you can Google it. We're making an exception this time. You can Google it. I'm going to kill enough time that you have enough time to look up all the answers. But wait for all 3 questions and then put your answers in one comment on the feed. Don't put one answer out there because someone's going to cheat. Probably Nico. Okay, Nico's going to take that and then put it with his own answers. We know him. Okay, watch out. So wait for for all 3 answers, then put it up. First person wins. It's time to rock and roll. We're going to put the sophisticated setup here. Here we go. We're all set. So the first question is, what is the second largest French-speaking city in the world? It's a city in Canada. It starts with an M. We only have about three cities in Canada. And there's something mountainous about the name. Okay, I'll leave it at that. That's question number 1. Question number 2, a bit more of a serious one, but maybe some people out there, and of course we want to emphasize LGBTQIA plus issues at Go West. And this is a term used by some Indigenous Canadians for people with both a feminine and a masculine spirit. Could be said they have multiple spirits, perhaps a number of spirits. And that could be some connection to the word. That's the answer to this question. That's a photo of Ilona Verley, who was in Canada's Drag Race. Wonderful queen with all kinds of fantastic Indigenous outfits that she wore. Question number 3. I thought this one was way too easy, and then I was like, okay, no, I'm glad I chose this one in the end. Canada produces over 30 million liters each year of which substance made by draining the blood from the trees? That's basically what we do. Everyone thinks we're so nice, but we're out there every spring bleeding the trees so that you can have this substance that goes on your pancakes. That's the kind of people we are. So now, the moment of truth. I'm over there. I'm looking. Okay, we have.
I think you laid it out on the plate there.
I did. Erin, she worked hard for her win. Not only did she give you 7 minutes of great comedy, but she's also here, and she knew the answer. So the city is Montreal, second largest French-speaking city in the world, rather. People, it's not a term used by all Indigenous Canadians, but some Indigenous Canadians use the term to a two-spirit, to be a two-spirit or to be two-spirited. Can refer to people with belonging to a third gender. So they're different. I would encourage you to research that term online because it's more nuanced than I can give it justice right now during this comedy show. But that's an important term, two-spirited, two-spirit. And the question was so easy. It was maple syrup. So Erin, congratulations. We will be in touch with you, and you're going to win these prizes, which again, Kaiserslautern has never seen anything like this before. You have your face cleaning pad. You looked great in your video. I didn't notice any shiny skin, but everyone can use a Gesichtsreinigungspad. There's chocolate. We love chocolate. There's a mask it's a foot mask, to be honest. We want you looked after from head to toe, and we want you to also care about Mother Nature when you go and get your fruit and veg at the market down in Kaiserslautern, and you're flirting with all those soldiers. You can say, "Wow, I'm not just fabulous, but I have my own Obst and Gemüse nets because I'm someone who cares," right? So that's everything covered with those prizes. We will be in touch with Erin, and now.
Great prizes, Steve.
Thank you. That's again, I say everything that you can legally buy in Germany when there is a lockdown. So all the most fabulous things. And now it's time for our headliner.
Our headliner, our last performer of the night. He is a friend of ours and a friend of the show, and he's fabulous. He just told me the other day that he'd had a dream. I was in his dream, and I called him up because I was like, I'm in hospital. I've just had a hernia surgery. Can you come pick me up? What a riveting dream. And he did. And yeah, so that's really nice. So we love him, and he's originally from Austria. He also is an occasional drag queen. Beautiful, and he's a delight, and in person and on stage. So please welcome Tobias Hauser.
Hey, Tobias.
Hi. Ooh, which way am I
Hello.
going? Here you go. Okay.
There you go.
She's
centered. She's centered now. We're good.
I'm speaking of shiny skin. Here I am. Let's see. I'm trying to balance my microphone on my keyboard. I already pushed the refresh button once. Let's hope that doesn't happen now. That would be, less than ideal.
I've done it before. Yeah,
It's,
no worries.
yeah.
We'll get you back. Yeah.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It's all good. You're a headliner. You can handle this.
Yeah. I mean, I have no choice. So, we're going to do this. By the way, Simone, the part that I didn't tell you about the dream, by the time I came to pick you up, you texted me to say that you've already left. Somebody else came to pick you up, and I'm not needed anymore.
Oh,
I know what that says about
that's
us.
horrible. Why did you leave that out? That's the worst.
I want Lena in here with her stickers to tell us what that means.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah. What do those dreams mean? No.
Yeah.
Neglect. That's horrible. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Guys,
fine. It's fine. I've forgiven you.
This has been probably our most intense show we've ever had, I think, with dealing with a lot of very deep personal themes. But when you're not dreaming about Simone having surgery, how are you doing, Tobias?
I'm doing fairly well as anybody can be expected to do. I'm just, lying on my couch every day, Googling when am I getting the vaccine, and then not coming up with any answers. So I'll just keep doing that for the next few months.
With your adorable cat, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lying next to me snoring.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Better not. Okay. Better not steal the show. That's all I'm saying. So, but
I'm not gonna let him get on camera. He's too cute.
Camera hog. Yeah.
Very good. Well, we won't keep you any longer because we're excited to have you perform for us. So everyone who's out there watching the live stream, please send all your positive energy to our headliner for tonight's show, Tobias Hauser.
Thank you. I feel a little overdressed with these headphones, like I'm in an actual studio. I was very excited when Simone and Ben asked me to be on the show, and then I realized I have nothing to talk about. What am I going to do? Nothing happened to me in the last year, and I mean, everybody feels that way, but I had some surgeries, hernia surgery, actually. That's probably why I dreamt of Simone's hernia surgery. And it's not dramatic, it's no big deal, but I did have to spend some time at home. I was stuck at home for like 10 days while I was recovering, and during those 10 days, the only person who came to visit me was the guy who dumped me 6 months before that. The only friend who come by and say hi. That was a little depressing. And he came to my house to bring me sleeping pills to help me sleep after my surgery. And that's kind of nice, but the problem is I never asked for sleeping pills. He just showed up with sleeping pills, and not even a packet of them, but just a handful of loose pills. Do you know how disconcerting that is when somebody shows up at your house with a handful of loose sleeping pills? It's very worrying. I'm not sure what he was trying to tell me with that. But I'm still here. I went to the pharmacy a little after that to pick up some supplies, and I was waiting in line outside the pharmacy. And I'm looking at the pharmacy, and I'm looking at the logo, And I'm wondering, has there ever been a group of people as confident and as cocky as pharmacists to put a snake in their logo because they knew people are going to come anyway? If Aldi put a snake in their logo, you would be going to Lidl. You would be going to the Netto with the dog in the logo. Even that one. Not just the red Netto, but the dog Netto. You would prefer that one over Aldi if they had a snake in their logo. But pharmacists, they were like, at some point in history, they were like, they had to make a choice. Are we going to use this drawing of a pill, or are we going to use this snake sliding up a martini glass for some reason? And they were like, yeah, let's do the snake. Let's do the snake. What are people going to do? Not buy medicine? We're going to do the snake. That's the kind of confidence I strive for in my life. I know people have been cooking and baking a lot. I have too. And my favorite part about recipes online, what I do is I skip the recipe. I go straight to the comment section because I guarantee you there's always one comment. Just do it after this show. Just go to any recipe. At least one comment there. It says, "Ooh, we love these in our house." Who's we? Who's typing this right now? It's just you, one person. You like these. You made them. You made the banana bread. You gave it to your husband. Your husband's not a piece of shit, so he didn't tell you this tastes like shit, like most banana bread does. So you just assumed it's we who likes it. No, it's just me, just you, just one person who likes it. That's the kind of that's a pharmacist's cockiness, I guess. I'll tell you what we need though, desperately, is a browser extension that lets you skip all the story about how your children love painting and you went on a road trip with your family and baked bread on a hot stone in the sun. Just skip all that and go straight to the recipe for what you do with your husband's semen or whatever it is. We need that. That's that browser extension. It is. Let's get everyone vaccinated first. Fine, but once we're done with that, once we've all had the shot, pharmacists, scientists, get on that browser extension. I need that cum recipe. I'm gonna take a sip of this while I'm on camera, because if people are watching you, it doesn't count as drinking by yourself, right? It doesn't. You're not alone. It's less depressing. It's also, same rule applies for sex, by the way. A lot of people have been getting pets during this pandemic. You've talked about it. A lot of people have been getting dogs to get them out of the house. I have a friend. She got a cat, one of these ugly, hairless cats, and my friend is like, "Oh, but he's so nice. He always snuggles up to me." And first of all, that's even worse, because just imagine this hairless, wrinkly sack of skin just rubbing itself all over your body. That's disgusting. It's even worse. But also, of course the cat is nice. The cat has to be nice. It's ugly. Nobody likes a mean, ugly cat. People barely like cats to begin with. If you are an ugly cat, you have to be nice or you will starve to death. Of course it's nice. If you're cute, you can be mean. I know, trust me. But if you're ugly, you can't be mean. I'm gonna finish on an emotional bit, if you will. I've been getting really nostalgic, especially in the last few months during this pandemic, just for the nostalgia for the past times, just the longing for like the times when people would take care of you, like people would hold you in their hands and you would like touch their face and pull their hair and you'd be like, "No, put your fingers in my mouth." And it's just I miss 2019. Yeah, that was not my best punchline, but it's the one you're getting. Thank you guys so much. Simone and Ben, come rescue me from that.
We're back. You needed no rescuing, Tobias. You needed no rescuing.
That
You'll
was
be
amazing.
finger in the
And
mouth punchtime.
exactly that. I hate that. If I look up a recipe and they're just talking about their family, or
Yes.
like, oh, I don't know, I did this
So
today.
wrong.
Like, get to
It's
the
just
recipe. But now that's why they have
yeah.
a jump to the recipe thing for some
yeah.
They
people.
do.
Yes, you
Oh.
can look at the top and it'll say jump to the recipe, and I'm
Wow.
like, heck yes.
I should have patented that. I would have made a lot of money if
Yes.
I thought of that idea earlier.
It's no, but we feel your pain. We all want to be out there sticking things in various orifices as quickly as possible, I think. And fingers crossed. You know what? I'm probably going to leave Canada just until I could have gotten the freaking vaccine here. Then I'll go back to Germany. I'll have to wait like 3 more months. Anyhow, I feel your pain is what I'm trying to say. I feel your pain. So,
Yeah.
oh man, but we will.
It's a depressing end to the show.
I know. Wah, wah. Everyone, no, it's all going to be fantastic, and we see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're very happy that you took the time to headline the show today. And maybe we will have you back. You're always welcome, whether you're doing what you just did or whether your alter ego makes an appearance. She's also more than welcome at any time.
I should have. Once I saw Lena donning a wig, I should have pulled my wigs out of my drawer and put on one myself. But yeah.
But it would ruin your
look very beautiful. Yeah. So either way, next time.
Gay cowboy shirt look that I'm going for. Yeah, next time.
You can work whatever. You can work whatever.
Yeah.
You're a fortunate man. So I want to put Tobias's stuff up. Tobias's Instagram and Facebook here. Be sure to follow him. He also has done all kinds of great formats. Some were more queer oriented. Some were more for general audience. Berlin's always for general audience all over the place. But you can check his online info, and then you'll know when he's starting up again with the shows that he runs at the various venues. So,
yes.
Thank you
guys so much.
Thank you, Tobias.
Take care of yourself.
Fun.
Okay. Great having you. See you soon. Great.
All right.
Well,
that's the end of our show there. But is there anything that we need to say with AHA? Whether they've got any upcoming fundraiser?
Indeed. So I'm going to put our donation stuff up there while we're chatting, and then people can please remember to make a transfer through our PayPal account. All 100% of that money gets passed along, or through the AHA website. And I also wanted to put that website up there because that's where you find all that information on their other events. So AHA is also doing live streams from the venue as much as is permitted under the different restrictions in Germany. So you can check them out there. And like Simone said, often on the weekends, they have these Kaffee und Kuchen events and stuff where you can drop by. They have a little takeout window built. You can buy some delicious cake, and all the money goes to help AHA because they are also up against a difficult situation with Corona. So help them out in one of these many ways. And yeah, our next show, we will be doing the same thing, fingers crossed, on the second Wednesday of April. And we'll have more information about that very soon. You can check us out on our Facebook page for that.
And Ben will be back from Canada. We'll be all in Berlin.
Yay! Where the internet in my apartment in Mitte is worse than here in Canada at my parents' place. But anyhow, we will make it work. We always do. Do. So, Simone, great seeing you back in Berlin, safe and sound, looking amazing as always. And I look forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks in person. And thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you for your donations. If you're watching the show as a repeat, you can always put those donations through all the same. You can't win the prizes, but you can still make a donation. So thanks for...
Yeah, thanks for all your comments and interacting with us. That's what makes it a really fun show as well. So yeah, come back next time.
Exactly. We'll see you second Wednesday of April, fingers crossed. and we'll have another great lineup for you. Thanks a lot for watching, folks, and take care. See you soon.
Bye.